Okay, quick review, transformations of polynomial functions, and I'll try to be quick. All right, first thing we want to do is predict the ending of the function. All right, so remember, because the lead term's coefficient is positive, it's going to end up positive, which means it's going to end up going up. Now I also want to predict the start. Because the lead coefficient has an odd exponent, that means they're going to be opposite. So if I end up, I must start down. Okay, I know that's going to be the case with this function. I can use an XY chart to graph it. Okay, so let's do quickly 0. 0 cubed is 0 times 2 is 0, and I get the point 0, 0. Okay. If I use a 1, 1 cubed is 1 times 2 is 2, I get the point 1, 2. I use the point 2. 2 cubed is 8 times 2 is 16, and I get the point 216, and it's off here somewhere, so just for e's sake I'm going to stick it there a little bit inside the 2, heading up in that direction. Okay, negative 1. Negative 1 cubed is negative 1 times 2 is a negative 2. See the point negative 1, negative 2, and if I do negative 2 I'm going to get negative 16. So again, I'm down here somewhere at negative 16. All right, let me draw the function. So the function looks something like that. Now notice it happened exactly as I expected. It started its startup was down and its ending was up, right? Its startup was down and its ending was up. I'm just going to copy that function as I'll use it here in a moment, okay? Its starting was up and its ending was down, just as I want it and just as I expected. Okay, so that's the idea and that's what we're looking at there, okay? All right, so that's how we begin. Now, let's do some transformations. Okay, so notice this has the exact same function. So it's going to end up, it's going to start down, but notice it has a plus 3. So what does that plus 3 do? Well, look, every output now is 3 higher. So every output is 3 higher. So I'm going to take this function, I'm just simply going to move it up 3. Every output is exactly 3 higher. Okay? So there would be the graph, because no matter what value you take, okay, so if you look, this one is 3 higher, this one is 3 higher, this one is 3 higher, etc., 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 etc. Every value is 3 higher. Okay, let's go back to our beginning. What if this was the transformation? Well, now again, you should be thinking that this 2 is the h value, right? And the h value is the horizontal shift. And you should now think that this function is shifted to the right 2. So again, we'll take that function now and we'll shift it to the right 2 spots. And that would be the graph of that one. Okay? Everything else is the same. You still got a 2 with the lead coefficient. You still have a 3 for the lead variable's exponent. And so that would be the graph of that one. All right, let's go back here again. Let's do the next one. Let's get rid of that one. Okay, what if we have a negative 2x cubed? What would happen with that? Okay, so now remember, how is this going to end? It's going to end down. Because it's an odd number, it's got to be opposite, so it must start up. So I'm not going to take the time to do all the points, but this one's going to look like this. It's going to come up, cross, and go down and look like that. Okay? All right? It's the idea. It's what's going down. So you should be able to read all of that from your functions. Okay, let me clear this out here and do the last one. Or the last 2 here. Okay, what if we have something like this? What if we have something like y equals 2x to the 4th and then a whole bunch of other stuff? All right, well, all I want you guys to know is I want you to know how to read the lead term. Okay, so again, because this is positive, this thing is going to end up positive or end up heading up. However, because now the exponent is even, it's going to start and finish the same way, so therefore it must start up. So now this is going to come heading up and going to end up heading up. I also know there's up to 4 different directions, but there may only be 1 or 2. Okay, so to graph this then, we don't have enough here to graph, but I do know I'm expecting the shape of something like this. That's what I'm expecting. Something of that nature. I know it has to start heading up. It has to end heading up. I know they got to go in the same direction. It's going to look something about like that. So what would happen if you took that exact same thing and the lead was negative instead? Well, now I know it, again, because it's negative, I know it has to end going down. Because the exponent is even, I know it has to be the same, so it must start down, so down, down. And again, this one's going to look something about like that. All right? That's the idea. I hope you understood it and be able to transform your polynomial.